And welcome. In my work developing AI to optimize hotel performance, one thing has become crystal clear. Technology can only support a powerful sales strategy, it can't replace it. And that strategy? It all starts with one crucial tool, the value proposition. So today, for all of you students at Europe Hotel School, we're going to break down exactly how to build one that truly wins business. Let's dive right in.
So here's our roadmap. First, we'll talk about a really common mistake, the feature trap. Then, we'll get into how to figure out what your clients actually need. After that, we'll build a persuasive case using 3 key pillars, talk about how to keep your message fresh, and finally, hit our ultimate goal, shifting from just being a vendor to becoming a real, indispensable strategic partner. All right, let's kick things off with the single biggest mistake I see sales professionals make. They fall right into the feature trap. They just list what a hotel has, the amenities, the room types, the facilities. But here's the thing, especially in the B2B world, clients aren't buying features. No way. They are buying solutions to their problems. They're buying something that helps them hit their goals.
Now take a look at this. This slide really shows the shift in thinking. On the left, you've got simple facts. We have modern meeting rooms. Okay, and? So what? But on the right, you see the translation of that fact into a real client benefit. We're not just selling a room, we're offering productive collaboration. We're not just near an airport, we're providing reduced travel time and convenience. See the difference? That's the heart of a powerful value proposition. I mean, it's a bit of a rhetorical question, isn't it? The conversation that focuses on the client's success, on the tangible, real value you bring to their organization, that's the one that builds trust, and that's the one that wins the business every single time. So how do we make sure we're always having that conversation? Well, it all starts with understanding exactly who you're talking to. And that brings us to our second key point. A generic, one-size-fits-all pitch, it's destined to fail. Why? Because every single business client has a different set of goals. The real secret to success is to stop talking about yourself and start proving that you actually understand them. And this right here illustrates the point perfectly. Think about it. A corporate travel manager cares about the bottom line, budget and efficiency. So your message to them has to be all about streamlined processes and cost control. But an event planner, they're judged on how happy their attendees are. They need to hear about flawless execution and participant satisfaction. And for an incentive group, it's a totally different ballgame. It's all about creating an unforgettable, rewarding experience. It's the same hotel, but 3 completely different value propositions. Okay, so you've figured out what your client really cares about. Now what? How do you actually structure your message to have the biggest impact? Well, a really effective value proposition is built on 3 foundational pillars. If you get these right, your case becomes more than just compelling, it becomes genuinely trustworthy. The first pillar is clarity. You have to remember, decision makers are drowning in information. They're looking at tons of proposals and just don't have the time to try and figure out a complicated message. Your job is to cut through all that noise. And you do that by focusing on just 2 or 3 core benefits. Make them simple, make them specific, and make them memorable. That way, your message not only gets heard, but it can be easily passed on by your contact to their own bosses. Next up, credibility. Look, anybody can make a promise. Saying you offer flawless execution is easy, right? But proving it, that's what builds unbreakable trust. When a client is about to make a big investment, they need to know you can actually deliver. This is where you have to move from just promising to actually proving. And here's exactly how you do it. This is your toolkit. Use success stories from clients who are just like them. Help them see themselves winning. Share powerful testimonials that do the selling for you. Use hard data, like your repeat booking rates, to prove you're consistent. And you know what? Don't be afraid to be transparent. Acknowledging a limitation shows you're honest, and that builds a partnership based on trust, not just empty talk. Our final pillar, tailoring, is where everything comes together. This is where you connect your hotel's specific strengths directly to the client's unique goals, the ones we worked so hard to identify earlier. This one act shows them you've done your homework. It proves you're not just reading from a script. It proves you see them as a partner, not just another number. Now, creating a killer value proposition isn't something you do once and then you're done. The market is changing, your clients' needs are going to evolve, and your own hotel is going to add new services. A static message, it'll become irrelevant really fast. Your value proposition has to be a living, breathing thing. And this isn't passive. It's an active, continuous cycle of getting better.
You have to actively listen in every single client conversation to spot what's new. Learn from every event to constantly fine-tune your approach. As your hotel adds new tech or services, you've got to weave them into your value story. And maybe most important of all, proactively go back to your existing clients. Show them you're already thinking about what they'll need next. That is how you build loyalty that really lasts.
And that brings us to the ultimate outcome, the end game. When you successfully pull together clarity, credibility, and tailoring, and you keep your message relevant, something really fundamental shifts in your relationship with the client. Just let that sink in for a second, because this is the transformation we're all aiming for. You stop being a commodity, just another line item on a spreadsheet, and you become a core part of your client's success. You're not just a vendor they buy from anymore. You are a strategic partner they rely on to hit their most important goals. So I'll leave you with this one question to guide you as you build your careers. What is the one result your future client absolutely cannot live without? Find that answer, build your entire value proposition around it, and you won't just be selling rooms. You'll be building powerful, lasting partnerships. Thank you, and I wish you all the best of luck.